Gosh, I need to film at this time every day. The lighting is just so good. So today I'm gonna be doing just like your classic neutral eye, red lip, holiday makeup. And probably throughout, I'll tell you little places where you could like tweak it a little bit to make it different or your own or like match an outfit that you're going for. But this is just like a true staple look, neutral eye, red lip. And the best part about it is I'm using Sandstone products, so they will not budge. They will not go anywhere. They're gonna last through all of your holiday parties, all your hugging, all your kissing, all your eating, all the things. So let's jump in. Obviously, I already have my face done. I wanna put my hair up. I'm just gonna pin my hair back. I am not used to my hair straight, but I blow dried it, and then I'm actually getting it done. I blow dried it a couple days ago. And I'm actually getting it done tomorrow. So I'm like, I've just been lazy and curling it. And now I'm gonna start, I mean, if you guys have watched any of my videos before, you know I often start off with a neutral crease color, transition color. I like to call it a transition color because honestly, if you put it in the crease, it's gonna disappear, but a lot of people call it a crease color, which is basically the same thing. So I'm actually gonna use Canyon ShadowSense. I normally use Natural Tan, and I might do a little Natural Tan, but I want this to be like a true neutral look, not too warm, not too cool. So Canyon is like a good mid-tone neutral, and it's a little bit cooler than Natural Tan, but it pulls a little cool on camera, so maybe I will need to warm it up. But anyway, I just wanted this color. But I'm putting it in the crease and then also all over the lid. This is gonna act as my eyeshadow primer. When you use ShadowSense, you don't need an eyeshadow primer. The shadows are cream to powder eyeshadows that dry down and they're crease proof, budge proof, smudge proof. Honestly, sometimes even using an eyeshadow primer can make it worse and can make it crease and make it slide around because they're meant to like grip onto the skin. Try not to use an eyeshadow primer. All right, that is pulling really cool on me. So I am gonna warm it up a bit. I'm gonna take a bigger, fluffier brush and Natural Tan ShadowSense. Do this to get on the brush. And then that's just going up higher in the crease area and a little lower down here. Here you go, you can see how it kind of warms it up a bit. This is like a harsh stop from this color into my skin, whereas the Natural Tan just helps it blend into the skin a little bit better. And my undertone is neutral, but I do lean more warm, and especially with this red hair. And so using slightly warmer shades help the colors just blend into my skin a little bit better. So I am like begging Sandstone to come out with some more browns, especially like the mid-tone browns, so you can get a really good like smoke and transition. Last year we launched a shade called Hot Chocolate that was so good, but it's not available anymore, so I can't use it. Sometimes I end up just mixing shades to get like the perfect color that I want. Sometimes I just go with what I have. So I'm gonna use Mocha Java today, and I am going to, actually, you know what? I'm gonna mix the shade up because I do wanna use Rustic Brown. I wanna use Rustic Brown as my darkest color, but going in with Rustic Brown straight into this is like, it's too much and it's hard to mix. So I'm gonna mix Rustic Brown with Natural Tan, what I already used. I'm gonna mix these two colors together to give me like a bit of a buffer, a bit of a transition shade. Okay, so it's probably like 2/3 Natural Tan, 1/3 Rustic Brown. I know the Rustic Brown looks just as big, but it's not as thick. Come on, Sandstone, give us this color. Is that not so good? It's so good. Okay, so I'm just using a little brush to pick it up off the palette and then pressing it into this outer corner and a little on the lower lash line. All right, now I'm taking Rustic Brown on a little pencil brush and I'm going to work that into the lash line and like the smaller portion of that outer corner. And then going back, this is the brush that I used for that mixture, and I'm just gonna use that to press it in and blend it. With these darker shades, I like to use a smaller, more precise brush to apply it so that it doesn't get like blown out everywhere. But then I'll use a fluffier brush to blend it. Just like, it's mostly just blending the edges. I'm not moving the color around too much. I'm just blending out those edges so that it's a nice soft transition. I'll do a little on the lower lash line. Look at that difference. I like it a lot. Okay, I want to brighten this inner area up a little bit, so I'm going to use Sandstone Pearl And this is just like a creamy vanilla shade. I'm taking it on a flat brush, and I'm almost like doing a cut crease, but it's like a really subtle, soft. It's not like a true cut crease by any means. I just kind of press it on the inner. Blend that in. So we've got like a nice transition from the Sandstone Pearl, and then the Canyon is right here in the middle. We haven't layered it over it or anything like that. It's just kind of peeking through from the base, which is why we want to put down a base color, because that peeks through. Even though it might not be like too much, it makes a difference. And then just blending this Sandstone Pearl into it. So we've got Sandstone Pearl, Canyon here in the center, and then that Rustic Brown mixture on the outer edge. Okay, so at this point, if you want to add any extra color, if you want to add glitter, if you want to add shimmer, now would be a good place to put it here. I'm actually going to leave this look matte, which is very different than my typical look. I normally love all the shimmers and glitters, so we're going with a matte look today. But I am going to do some eyeliner with Onyx ShadowSense. Oh, I totally forgot to put my concealer on. Yep, I forgot to put my concealer on. Oops. Okay, so I use the light concealer from ShadowSense. I put a little bit on my ring fingers, rub them together, and then press it where I want it. And then I like to let it sit and start to almost dry down before I blend it out. That way it helps give it more coverage using less product, which will result in less creasing. So it helps to reduce creasing. I should not have worn white. I'm like so stressed about touching my shirt. Okay, let's do some eyeliner. So I use Onyx ShadowSense and an angled brush. This is an E65, I believe, from Sigma. And just pick it off of the brush. If your brush is like older or starting to fray or is like a little thicker, you want it as thin and sharp and precise as possible. And so what I'll do is actually pinch the brush to really get those bristles pressed together with that product in it. And then you can go back and add more product if you need to. This is just my usual eyeliner. Sometimes I leave it more sharp like this. I mean, this isn't even like that sharp because it's done with an eyeshadow, not like a liquid, but sometimes I'll leave it a little more precise like this, and sometimes I'll blend it out. And really that just kind of depends on if I did a good job or not. Like if I didn't do a very good job and need some blending, then I'll blend it. I think we did a good job today. I think we did. Although I do want to just make sure that the outer corner connects with that eyeliner a bit. I hate having that space between a dark outer corner color and then the eyeliner. Like I like the eyeliner to go over top of the dark outer corner. And if I end up doing my eyeliner and there's like, you can kind of see right here, there's like a little space right there. Because sometimes I don't take the outer corner color out far enough. So I just will go back and fill it in. I'm going to blend this part out now and kind of bring it in a little closer to help clean up my blending stitch. And I'm going to put on my mascara. You could also do like fake lashes if you like to wear fake lashes. I don't. I wear them maybe a couple times a year. I'll also do them for like Halloween looks and stuff, but mostly I just like to rock my natural lashes, and they're not even like super incredible, but they're so much better than they used to be thanks to the mascara that I use. So I will take it. All right, so I start with primer. This is the Undersense 3-in-1 primer. It helps to lengthen and volumize your lashes immediately and also over time. So I'm gonna apply that real quick. I do a generous coat. Okay, and while that's drying, I like to bounce and go to other parts of my face. So I'm gonna blend out my concealer real quick. All right, and then I'm gonna do my blush. And for blush, I just wanna stick with like neutral. I don't want anything too bold. So I'm gonna go with Toasted Rose BlushSense. It's a go-to for me. It's just kind of like a bronzy, rosy pink. And it's really easy to apply. Cream to powder. Watching myself in this viewfinder really makes me realize how crooked my lips are. Like, they weren't filled wrong. I have naturally crooked lips and I talk crooked. And I don't notice it until I sit down to do YouTube videos. I don't notice it at all on like Instagram stories or when I'm just like doing reels or anything like that. But come to YouTube and it'll expose all your flaws. A little bit of translucent powder on a puff and press in the under eye area. T-zone area where you have the largest pores and any texture. It's a blurring powder. It helps to blur out those areas. And then I don't put too much on, so I don't have a lot to wipe away, but I just kind of like even it all out with a brush. And then one thing I do always like to do is top off my bronzer with some medium powder. And it just helps to like boost the color a little bit, but then it also helps to blend the blush and the bronzer together so you don't have any of those like stripes on your face, you know? I'm going to put some Silver Rose powder over top of my blush because it'll give like a little bit of a shimmer and a highlight. Since my eyes are very matte and I know my lips are gonna be matte, like I can have a little bit of shimmer on the cheeks. That's cute. That's cute, right? Let's finish off the eyes. I'm using black regular mascara. I don't wear the waterproof very often. I'll wear the waterproof if I know I'm going swimming or I know I'm gonna be crying or I know I need waterproof. Day in and day out, I pretty much just wear the regular mascara and it's humidity resistant and transfer proof still. So just because it's not waterproof doesn't mean it's not gonna stay. Yeah, it'll stay even if it's not waterproof. I am definitely not perfect at putting mascara on and not getting it on my lid. You gotta slow down, not go so fast. All right, and then for bottom lashes, I like to use the Black Brown waterproof. Now I do always do waterproof on my bottom lashes. A little bit of black eyeliner pencil in the upper waterline. All right, and then we have to finish off the look with Snow ShadowSense on the inner corners. Always, right? Okay, so here's the eyes, here's the face. I just need to add a lip. Now, I am very in love with this eye look, actually. I did not expect to love it as much as I do. It's so good. This would be a super easy eye look to wear with literally any lip color, like red, hot pink, a neutral, a purple, a berry, like a really berry color for fall. Like this is the eye look that can go with any lip color. I feel that in my soul. It's a good date night look. It's a good look for pictures, family pictures, holiday pictures. It's so good, right? And then you can also build off of this really well too. So you could, like I said, you can put glitter on the lid, you can put color, you could do like a little pop of color under the lower lash line. I mean, this is a good look to have down in your makeup arsenal. I'm gonna grab my lip color and I'll be back to put on. We are going to do Fly Girl LipSense. This is old. I've had this one for a very long time. Clean your lips off, make sure they're clean and dry. Shake your tube up real good. And then we do 3 thin coats, seal it with a gloss. Don't rub your lips together and try to just apply the color in one direction. Don't like swipe back and forth. With reds, I do like to flip my wand upside down. It's a doe foot applicator, so I kind of use that tip to line my lips first and then fill them in. You don't have to line, but you can line with LipSense, and it's nice because if you do like to have that lined look, it's not gonna smudge or like fade. It's gonna stay solid too. So anyway, I am gonna line first. I like to line with darker colors just to make sure they are nice and crisp. What's also really great about LipSense is it doesn't feather, so it's not going to bleed into any fine lines or wrinkles that you have around the lips. And then it does not budge, like it stays put. So if you have uneven lips, crooked lips that you want to fix, you can do that with LipSense. Okay, so there's first coat. Second. This last coat you want to make sure is like super dry before you gloss. And it'll stay a little sticky and tacky until you put the gloss on. I'm always amazed by that, but especially when I put a clear gloss over a red lip. It doesn't come off. Wild. All right, so anyway, I like to do the gloss on, and then I usually will rub it a little bit into my lips so it's not like super intensely glossy. We do have a satin matte gloss as well if you prefer a matte finish. I like clear glossy gloss because I feel like it's the most hydrating, and then it does soak into the lips and leaves you with a more matte finish. So anyway, this is the finished look. I'm gonna go do my hair, take some pictures. Probably not do my hair actually. I'll just leave it like this. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I like it. This might be one of my favorite looks I've ever done, especially for the holidays. I just like how it's like simple and more understated. So if you're not someone who wears a lot of makeup for holiday season, but you want to amp it up a bit, you're not going to feel like overdone or like too glitz and glammed out. Like this is a really good kind of understated holiday. We did a slightly more dramatic, darker shade on the eye, but it's not like, it's not too overdone. It's still very neutral, not too colorful, not glittery. And then the bold red lip. Obviously you could do a more neutral if you want to still stay understated, but I really like this look a lot. And I encourage you to try a red lip this season, especially one that you know is not going to budge. Like I feel like that's the biggest reason why people are afraid of bold colors, because they don't want it to end up on their teeth or on their clothes or on, you know, their kids, their friends, their cups, whatever. This stuff won't move. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.